Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Sports. Humidor shop talk. Cigars. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk.
Yo, what's up? This is your boy, Mr. SmokeFella, man. We back on this Saturday morning, man. About to give you these sports the way we do it in the Cigar Lounge, man. Hey, man, I want to send a shout out to my SmokeFella brothers, man. I had to take it back, man, when we was chilling in St. Louis inside the whiskey room. Yeah, man, we had a ball a few years back when we kicked it in St. Louis, and they showed us a lot of love here in the whiskey room. So I had to bring it on back. So without ado, I'm gonna start bringing in um, my panel for the day. Check it out. He been on suspension. He's on a couple episodes of Law and Order. He didn't get charged. Uh, the angriest man in podcast history. Angry man. What's up?
My man, Mr. Smokefella himself. Man, I thought you was gonna do me like the commissioner finna do Ja, but I guess not. Hey,
Oh,
I'm back, baby, and I'm ready to roll. Let's go.
oh, oh, oh. uh, Ja Wick.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Ja Wick is what they call him. Hey, man, if you have never listened to my man Beat the Box, uh,
Mm, mm, mm. Mm,
it's
mm,
our resident DJ, man, for the Smoke Fellas, man. He do his thing. He also does his thing when he come on here with us, man, and shoot the shits with us, man. Uh, resident DJ DY Nemesis. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, what's up, my good people? Good morning, top of the morning, everybody. Mr. Smokefella, if I was you, I would have banned Black Donald Sterling over there permanently from this show.
Well,
Damn.
you know,
Donald Sterling of all people.
Black Donald Sterling,
Yeah,
well,
which means it's a step worse.
wow.
wow, wow. Well, you know, there will be some fines going out for Mr. 5 o'clock, aka Lucky Lefty, and Fremont KDL Louder. Uh, they will get fines because they missing in action. Um, I need to call up to Els and see if they still up there.
Right.
They might.
Because they will pull it.
Yeah, they will.
They will pull it from last night. I can't wait to hear the excuses that they're gonna give today. But it is what it is.
It's all about accountability. And guess what? They don't have any.
Well, I'm sure you're gonna let them have it, Mr.
Yeah.
Angry Man.
And John.
Man, but we got a whole lot to talk. But since Sly's playing John Stockton, we finna go on here. We finna go on here, jump it off with Ja Wick. So I know everybody want to talk about the finals and all that. Get it, got it. But we got some other stuff to talk about before that, man. We're gonna give you what you want. But in the cigar shops, this is what we do. We talk about everything from sports, politics, relationships, all that kind of stuff. And this is one of the topics that's been out there this week. Ja Morant versus Adam Silver. Sly, tell the people what they've been missing if they ain't heard.
Well, I guess the commissioner, I've never heard in all the years of commissioners, even from the old commissioner, my boy, to Mr. Stern, to Sticks himself. Okay. I've never heard of commissioners. Yeah, I call him Sticks. You see the man's body. But I never heard a commissioner say, you know what? We're going to wait till after the final so it won't be a distraction to give a suspension. Well, Ja, it's time. I can't wait for it to happen. I've been calling for it for the last 2 years is because I hate your daddy. Okay, because to me, for most people, I hate the man father because he ain't being a daddy, he a groupie. Okay,
Damn.
and he deserved to get what he getting, and I hope it's a year plus. I hope I don't see Ja until 2025.
Wow.
So he was my boy, he was a story, came out of small school, who didn't get no scholarships, then he gets to the league, and now he a gun-toting gangster with over almost $200 million. So tell your daddy he ain't got to worry about fighting with Shannon Sharp because he leaving FX1, which is good, and you ain't gonna be at no games because you a groupie and Ja ain't gonna be there.
Damn, man. You coming out the gate hard, bro. Backstage, you was trying to say it was DY. It's you.
No, no,
So,
no.
Sly must agree, and in all my years watching the NBA, and David Stern was the commissioner, when something happened, the ruling came down, the gavel, man, it was it, you know. But this dude got up in front of the press and said, "We gonna hold all of this until after the finals, because I don't want it to distract from what the players are doing." So that's letting you know this right here is gonna be huge. And he said, "We found out additional information."
John's lonely right now as that picture is on DY's wall. I'm telling you, that's how lonely he is. But hey,
TY, what's your thoughts
it
on this,
is
man?
what it is.
That's my country, man. That's where it all originated from.
Yeah, well, it's still lonely by itself. So.
Jesus Christ! Look, I'm gonna say this, man, and this it's a first things first. It's a little posturing going on by the NBA by throwing that bone out there. They didn't want this to take away from the NBA Finals, but already it is the number one topic on this show. So you could just imagine what it's going to end up being
You got a point, DY.
when the season is over with. But I'd like to play a little bit of devil's advocate here. You talking about the difference between what Ja did
I know where you're going.
and let's say, for instance, Malice at the Palace. All right. I don't think the punishment is going to be as severe as everybody's thinking. I don't know what additional details, what additional evidence that he has, but whatever it is, I don't think it's anything that may warrant a year's worth. I think he'll definitely get that guaranteed 50, but I also feel like he's giving Ja some time to reconcile, to plead for mercy. Like, look, bro, I got some more heat on you. You either come clean right now, or we going for murder one. You know, you can take this manslaughter charge, do your time, and be back in the civilization, or I'm going to murder one. You'll never see the light of day again, and it's a wrap for your career. So it'd be interesting what news is gonna come out. I couldn't imagine what I mean. More pictures with guns. They're gonna show him shooting somebody.
Oh, come on, man.
Come on. I
Come
mean,
on,
But you know
DY.
how
what
you
else
know
did
how
he
it goes, man.
It said shoot
You know
somebody.
they give you a chance. Okay, you messed up. We give you a chance, and what is it? 45 days, not 60 days, maybe max. It happens again. So you didn't learn your lesson.
But the bad part is how stupid Ja is. I understand he young, but let me tell you something. I don't care what nobody say. You got the young, and I'm not bringing this up and comparing situations. I'm not comparing basketball. I'm comparing them coming up. So when I bring LeBron in this, it's not about basketball. You talking about a dude with no daddy, mama's on a few years, how he brung himself, it's the people around you. Ja got a daddy and a mama at home.
He a grown ass man though.
But the difference is LeBron was 17. This dude in his 20s ain't got a parent that ain't doing no parenting. That's the sad part. We always in the black community, hey man, to grow up with both parents, you being to have both parents in your life. Me, I didn't have such. My stepfather raised me. It's completely different, bro. This dude didn't have both parents, and he out here with a pistol. And you got somebody like LeBron who ain't had no daddy at all. You ain't never heard of him. He came up the right way. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And
well, I'm gonna say this, Sly. It's not the fact that he got a pistol. It's what he's doing with it. Remember, he's a public figure.
Crazy.
He a public figure. Kids look up to him. He got he's part of hip hop. You know, listening to the music in the car. He waving guns in the club and all of that stuff. That right there is what the issue is, because back in early 2000s, I can't remember his name, the NBA player, they showing him in the crib. He got the assault rifles sitting on his couch. He an avid hunter. They got him in the range. They got him at at one of the gun shows, you know, holding guns. I can't remember his name right now. I was looking at it this week. I was talking back with Tony that be on the show all the time with us, man, going back and forth on Facebook on it. And everybody just like, well, nothing happened to him.
Talking about him and Draymond Green. I know what you're talking about.
Right. But the thing is, this cat, you could see him walking down the street. You wouldn't even know who this dude is. But you see Ja, it's a whole different story. Kids running up trying to get autographs and all of that, dude. And you out there on commercials and all that. So now Charles Barkley said, I'm not a role model. But guess what? He was. He was. It was a play on words.
He was my role model.
You know what I'm saying? So when you get, whether you want to be one or not, once you hit that certain stature, you're a role model. And there's certain ways that you got to carry yourself. And I got to give it up to LeBron. Came in at 17. Didn't have, both parents in the house. He just had a strong foundation around him.
And another group,
sure.
But they was all young too, though. That his inner circle and D.Y. know they was all young too. He sent them to school so they could do what they needed to do. What I'm saying is, man, it's no excuse for Ja. In our community, that's absolutely pathetic. His father's a groupie, man. He a clown. His mama, where's she at? How you see your son's career going down the tubes? You sitting back quiet, letting his own man, the groupie, handle it? It's sad, bro.
Look, man, it's one of those things, and I hate to come to these terms, but he almost a product of his environment. You talk about LeBron, man. LeBron grew up in Akron, and once he was done, he went to go play in Cleveland, man. Two of the most popping places in the world. So,
yeah, they non-popping, but every place got their hood, bro.
Ain't too much heat
Akron is
for LeBron to attest to that he's probably seen in his life. Whereas if you in Memphis, murder capital Memphis,
they getting crunched.
3-6 Mafia Memphis.
And you know what? I have to say, I spent a lot of time in Memphis when I was a kid. Basically every summer I was there. Well, be cool there, gray beard. But as I got older, I started to see how the things changed, because now Memphis is lit up with the blue light specials on poles everywhere. Dude, you would think that it's Detroit, Chicago, New York. They got these blue light special and cameras everywhere down there.
What about Gary?
Gary don't have the funding for blue lights.
Sure don't.
That's neither here nor there.
Barely got the funding for street light.
You ain't gonna keep carrying it on now,
Hey man, I love Gary. I spent 7 years of my career in Northwest Indiana, man.
No disrespect,
more like the back of
Gary. But I will say, I have been watching Gilbert Arenas' podcast. And,
my God!
I can say that he has been so real and taking his accountability, because he said when he did that stupid mess, pulling a gun out, Vernon, that you just alluded to in the locker room, he said he ruined his life, his career, everything. And he was like, it's just like, yeah, we know it, but to hear, you take ownership for it. Yes, years later, we never heard you say that, but he was sending out a message to the Jai camp like, bro, stop it. Melo, they sending out these messages to this brother, man, and you got to learn. Melo caught on quick. He caught on quick because they was about to take him down the road. The NBA investigators was all over him. They came to him, was like, we see what you doing. We see what the people doing that's hanging around you.
You mean Carmelo?
Stop it. Yeah, Melo.
No, because Melo, which Lil Melo or Carmelo? That's why I didn't
You
know.
when I say Melo, there's one Melo. I don't care who this is in the league right now.
The dude that just retired?
Yes.
Well,
Mr. Bucket.
Gilbert Arenas' career, when he pulled the gun out, was like Melo's last 2-3 years. Garbage. So
nah, bro.
Don't blame me.
He was a bucket then. He was Agent Zero at the time. He was Agent Zero at the time.
His game was the early version of Steph Curry. Shoot whenever you want at a high volume. So stop. Will you just stop? Let's stop.
You always got a light skin reference, bro.
No, he my complexion. Arenas is.
No, but you missing Steph.
Let's quit, man. His game is like Steph's. Shoot at a high volume anytime you want to on the floor. That was Gilbert Arenas' game. I mean, he was Steph before Steph. Stop.
Put yourself in the commissioner's shoes.
Suspend him for 2 years.
Hold on.
Damn, bro.
Hold on. All right. You got this young group. Consider this. You got this young group of athletes, and everybody's vying to be the face of the league. We've had discussions on this show about how these international players are not going to be. They're looking for a domestic player to become the face of the league. Still no international players are going to take that title. If I'm the commissioner and this is one of my contenders to become the face of the league,
he won't never be.
And is it my responsibility to try and protect him and get him all of the help he needs and deserves, or is it my responsibility to protect the shield and keep him from tainting the NBA's legacy?
So that's a good goddamn question, D.Y. And you being as smart as I thought you was, which every time you open your mouth on lately in this last 5 minutes, I don't think so. The bottom line is this. You protect the shield. You know what he just did to the commissioner? He did the commissioner is, I'm my son. Hey, I'm telling you, don't do that. 5 minutes later, he don't listen to me and do it again. As a dad, what do? You tear his ass up. And guess what? The commissioner, if it's no less than 2 years, I'm coming right back on this podcast when it's over with, and I'm going to go off on him. Ja disrespected the shield, and he laughed in your face and told you, go kiss his ass. He going to do what he want to do. He need to be gone no less than 2 years. I don't want to see Ja in the league until October of 2025.
Now, Sly. You gotta put this in perspective, man, and be real. Because if you had the Malice in the Palace with they went into the stands and basically they whooped the whole left section of the stands behind the bench. They whooped the whole section.
They remind me of us.
It's like, come on, man. Now they got suspended for the remainder of the season. Had to go through like counseling, all of that.
Somebody got a whole year out of that. What you mean?
I get it. But 2 years,
he got to go. Because the difference is that was a reaction. They were wrong. That was a reaction. That never happened before. Ain't like they went in there, came back, and they jumped in there again on Stern. That was a reaction. The situations is different. He disrespected the commissioners. He disrespected them to the point to where he turned around and waited a year. He didn't wait 6 months. He told the commissioner, go kiss my fucking ass. I'm going to do what I want to do, kiss my ass, and all 32 owners, include Michael Jeffrey Jordan. What I'm going to do is do what I want to do and have my boy put it on Instagram. Now, if that was BJ or Tyree, did you sit there and say, didn't I tell you don't do it? And they told you, Dad, fuck you. I'm going to do it again right here in your face. What would you do? Exactly.
I'm just gonna put it out here like this.
Exactly.
You could if you plan to roll a commissioner, you want to suspend him 2 years, that's fine.
Yes.
But there's a thing called due process, and we all know
he got it.
We
gave him a chance
because he ain't been, his conviction has not come down yet. So he got to go through process, and he'll have an opportunity to appeal that and work his 2 years down to whatever they
say football. Ain't no due process in basketball. Ain't nobody. The commissioner is the jury in basketball. This ain't football. You got the sports mixed up. Football got that whole panel. Guess what David Stern was?
The Dale is the Lord High Executioner of the NFL. Please believe it.
Guess what? Guess what Stern told Kobe? Kobe, you can't go to Colorado and rape no white woman. I'm about to sit you down for a little bit. You know, and he didn't want to, but he did.
Hey, Stern was a Jew.
And a good one. Come on, man.
Oh, man. Come on. Who did that, man?
Come on, man.
Come
on, man. God damn.
So, without ado, I wanted to bring in Mr. 5 o'clock the right way.
That's my friend, dude. Why would you?
I wanted to bring him in the right way. You know, that's what happens when you show up to work late.
Damn.
Well, today I'm not Mr. 5 o'clock. I'm Mr. 8 a.m. because that's the time I got in. My bad. But I'm here.
Hey, DY, he just got bailed out.
Oh, man.
Or just got untied. Just got untied.
Wait, hold up.
Whoa. He was the gimp? He was the gimp?
No, he was getting it by the gimp.
So
the
now,
gimp tied him up.
Okay, it just went dark. Let me turn the lights out. Hold on. It just got dark in here.
You gonna get all this smoke.
You ain't lying. Talk about you just got in at 8 o'clock. Shit, was you tied up?
I literally just I don't know what time it was when I got here, but I think it was about 8 o'clock this morning.
You look like you just had the walk of shame.
Oh
no, not that.
Oh, what will put him out?
No, it wasn't one of those type of nights. It wasn't that. It was
I think you need to wake up somewhere else.
She left you $40.
Damn.
Hey, you knew as soon as you hit the backstage, you was gonna get all this smoke.
I knew it. I apologize. I literally just opened my eyes. I sat down and blinked, and damn, it was.
Hey, bro, Vegas was 2 weeks ago, bro.
Well, hopefully you brushed your goddamn teeth first.
I did first.
Damn.
First of all, Sly, go yourself. Let's start there. And good morning. And second of all, man, let's get back to the shit. All right, man. I'm
talking about John, because I said he need no less than two. I said he need no less than 2 years. And DY and them trying to argue me down.
Well, I don't think it's gonna be that long.
I wish it was.
But the thing that alarmed me with the job thing was after further investigation. Like they found some other shit.
They got additional information. That's what I said, man.
Stuff that's going on with that, man. So dude in trouble, man. I'm anticipating at least a half a year.
Half?
At least a half a season.
Dude.
But here's the thing. Dude. What we gotta see what league policy did he break, or is this some old get back because you made a fool out of us with the whole apology and mental health thing? Like, right? Did you play us? Are we gonna get you back for that? Like,
well, guess what?
Is it retaliation?
It's both of them. Really it's both of them. They going through all the archives and policies, the bylaws. They going through all that to picking out, highlighting different things But the main reason is you made a damn fool of me.
But
Even though I look like a fool with this little neck I got.
But here's the problem. The NBA union ain't shit. Their union is terrible.
Don't you ever disrespect Chris Paul like that?
Hey, I love Chris Paul and all them, man.
Well,
but they
you don't even like Chris Paul, so just stop it.
But they union ain't shit.
Don't you ever disrespect him like that.
Fact, so they got
Chris Paul no more. It's my man from Portland.
They're from Prince.
From Portland?
Whatchamacallit from? They used to be in Portland in New Orleans now.
McCullough?
Yeah, McCullough and Jaylen Brown.
Well, that's even worse. So let me tell you about that union.
They ain't want shit.
That union was terrible before then.
What about LeBron? He only did it so he could get his agency approved.
Well, LeBron is more of a voice. He ain't got to really be no union president. But here's the problem. So if they go ahead and give him a ridiculous amount of games, honestly, anything over what he got last time, the union should step in. You know what I mean? Because we gotta what are the NBA policies? We got to look at that, or are they just on some old? Or let me make a example out of you. That's where the union comes in.
You got
it has to go by the book. If it don't go by the book, regardless of how butthurt the damn union is or how they lead, because he embarrassed them by public apology and saying mental health awareness and all that. It got to be by the book. That's what the union's for, right? You was a union guy. You different now since you didn't got promoted, Sly. I know, but
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Once in the union, though.
Inappropriate behavior by an NBA employee. Same thing that they got Yodoko on. Inappropriate behavior by a NBA employee.
Well,
that's number one.
The coaches they don't have a union.
They are employed by the NBA, bro.
Yeah, but they don't know. It's only certain.
Coaches don't have a union. It's a play.
They don't have I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is they're gonna hit job with inappropriate behavior by a NBA employee.
That's the purpose of a union, though. Because if it's not in the laws, you can go to your union stewardess. Slide help back me up on this. You was once a union worker before you became management. You different now.
Hey, bro.
You didn't change.
Bro.
He used to be homie the clown. Now he's homie the man.
Ain't no way in all my years in management, bro. Inappropriate behavior by an employee, it's no way around that. Union cannot fight that when it's legit.
But it has to be
when it's legit.
It has to be by the book. It has to be in the policy.
Can I say this?
Because Sly was once a union guy.
I still pay union dues, dude. Because if I decide to quit management, I got to have somewhere to go.
I don't believe you.
I do. Hey, so look at this. He's right to a certain extent. We got all these thousands of rules the railroad has. If you break one, they can find a reason to get rid of you. They can. But our union, which is probably next to the Teamsters union, which is most powerful in the country, doesn't need to know that though. They'll come and say, okay, what did he do that violates any of the rules that you got put in place?
What's in the policy?
Now,
he broke the code of conduct.
My union gonna
thank you, DY. Simple as that.
Okay. So what they're gonna do is what the money said. They're gonna go back to maybe the Malice in the Palace, whatever case they want to bring out and say, what was the standard for whatever he done?
Exactly.
What was the
difference? Yeah, I give you that, but guess what? You also have to throw in there that the union did not fight his 8-game suspension that he
told him not to though. He told him not to.
Okay,
but that wasn't the NBA. That was a team.
That's on the books, bro. You've been suspended before. It does not matter. You have been. You have been suspended before, so that is going to carry weight.
That first suspension was not. Everybody forget that was not the NBA. The Memphis Grizzlies did that. It's a big difference in team and league suspensions. He has not been suspended by the league yet. He hasn't. I agree with
Gandy. He gonna get half a year.
I think he is too. I think it's too because, once again, the NBA union ain't shit. We know that already because of how they treat their players, but it's how the players treat them too. It ain't the NFL. Let's just say this: It's not
And
for
they union, the strongest union is baseball union.
Yeah,
Tim Anderson running around here with 2 or 3 women and posting them, and he ain't never getting in trouble.
And making babies.
And they gonna never get in trouble.
Never get in trouble.
You ain't got to do with that.
So
what you
Code
mean?
of conduct.
it sounds like the two of y'all saying those goals. Them goals?
No.
Them goals? I'm just trying to get.
I ain't saying that. That's the goal. But I'm saying.
If it was goals for me, I'll end up in the morgue.
Yeah.
What most definitely.
Like we ain't all had a little tryst with our work wives before. Get out of here.
What? They gonna say tryst.
You said a tryst.
Oh, Thompson. Oh,
Thompson. Come on, man.
Hey, so more to come on job, man.
Ain't lying, but
yeah. You know, more to come on job, man. Once the finals is over, this will be back on the forefront, and we probably be in the box talking about this, man.
Well, hold on, but before, because I don't know if y'all jumped in it though, but before you move on, I will say, Adam Silver, great job. I say this: poor job on announcing it, but great job on not making it the head story. But the fact that you put the speculation out there during the NBA Finals, saying that
exactly
we're not going to take away from the players, and now we all speculating, so you made the story anyway, was dumb as hell. But I will say, good job on not at least putting a suspension out there. But you might as well put it out there since it's a story. So,
well, I don't know. The press conference wasn't about Ja. One of the drama queen, petty journalists lobbed that question. So,
but so here's the thing: nobody was even thinking about it. So the fact that why are you even doing a press conference before the NBA Finals? Why? It doesn't make sense for you to even have a press conference. You're the damn commissioner. No one cares about you or what you're doing or who you are. But the fact that, like I said, you tried to like move everybody off it, but now you got us talking about it because your words. That's almost like somebody called. That's like a female calling you and say, "We need to talk," but not right now. It's on your mind now. All day you bothered. Is she pregnant? What the hell? She's gonna break up with me? Did she catch me doing some shit? Did she hear something?
You got PTSD, bro.
I'm just saying, we've been there, man. Female call you like, we need to talk, or text you, and you be like, about what? Well, we'll talk later. You be like, wench. Wench, why the hell you even tell me that? Don't tell me we need to talk. We're gonna talk about it right now.
It's like I mentioned at the beginning of this conversation. Is to me, it's more so like the NBA in some regards, maybe trying to politicize. Who's to say that Adam Silver didn't set dude up with that question to throw the shot over the bow for Ja to somehow come up with a way to reconcile and repent prior to this judgment getting ready to come down? I think Silver is trying to do everything he can to protect his kid. But like me and Sly argued earlier, is he protecting the kid or is his duty to protect the shield?
But
why you messed up by saying shot over the bow? Like Keith Millhouse, he lost now. You didn't messed up the whole thing of what you said because he's trying to figure it out. But go ahead, Damani.
Wow. No, but here's the thing. It kind of after Denver swept the Lakers, right? The big story was LeBron failed again. It was all this, and then the story was Boston down 3-0, coming back from the sweep. There were other stories out there, so there was bigger NBA news out there. So you really didn't have to say anything until after the finals was over. So once again, while you came out, it was almost like saying no disrespect, but. So you didn't want to take away.
Well, he took a shot at him.
You didn't want to take away from the Denver Nuggets being their first time ever their first ever championship. You didn't take or Miami being an 8th seed and they Rocky Balboa story. You're saying you don't want to take away from that, but you did. You did by even mentioning the whole job thing. You shouldn't have just mentioned it. We wouldn't have been talking about it right now if he wouldn't have brought it up.
So what? I'm doing the what ifs right now. So what if NBA front offices have been trying to get in touch with Ja's camp?
Doesn't
Can't
matter.
get in touch with them. Hold
Doesn't
on.
matter.
They can't get in touch with them. So
Mm.
guess what? I'm gonna send you this warning shot. So now somebody's gonna contact me. Your agent, everybody under the sun is gonna contact me now because of what I said.
Yeah, but the fact that we're talking about this during the NBA Finals, when you said that wasn't, you didn't want that to happen, then we're still doing it anyway.
Gandy
Is the
hits it right
issue?
on the head. He punking Ja
Yeah,
for embarrassing him.
but you can embarrass him after the finals. You didn't have to do this. Like this could be an off-season story. This still needs to be a during the final story. We're sitting here talking about it. We're having a conversation about it right now.
You're wrong, Damani, in more ways than one. Sometimes I agree with you, and this time I don't. Everybody's sitting on their hands, and probably commissioner got tired.
He's sleep deprived.
They
Don't hold it against
they
him.
was
Yeah, a
quiet.
little bit.
When that happened, nothing was said.
I get that,
Memphis suspended him. The commissioner never said nothing. I get it. But it was time for something to be said. Now, he did the right thing. To me, he let it die down, got to the finals. Quite sure reporters blowing up his secretary. He said something about it, told them, don't ask me no more. I'll give you my decision after the finals. I think we not privy to the whole big picture.
But that's not just what he said, Sly.
Well,
that's not what he said. He talked about after further investigation. Now we all speculating. What else did you find out? Now we digging. We trying to figure out.
But let me ask you a question.
His attempt to not make it a story made it a story.
Do you do that when Goodell do the same bullshit? Because let me tell you something. The NFL good at making sure they keep they shit alive. It's all the way all year round.
I promise
they good for that.
I promise you, the week of the Super Bowl, you ain't gonna be talking about Antonio Brown showing his ass out here in the streets. Not the week of the Super Bowl.
No,
not doing the week of the Super Bowl.
When he
the
do
focus
it
is the Super Bowl.
He do it the week before when they got the off week.
Well, you're right. You're absolutely right. That's what the off week is for.
That's true. Listen, we're gonna come back to this story once we all get the information on it, man. But I did want to talk about before we get to the actual finals, game one, the coaching moves. You got Frank Vogel going to the Suns. You got Nick Nurse in Philly.
Great
you
move.
got Monty and the Pistons.
He good for teaching young talent.
It's like, okay,
$13 million.
Oh yeah.
So much has the dynamic has just, I wanted Kev on here, but he missing in action because me and him went back and forth about the Frank Vogel going to the Suns.
Well, I clearly just dropped them off before I got in the house, so that just tells you a lot.
See, here you go.
So,
Laurel and Hardy at it again.
It was about
I might not see Kev none tonight.
Right. May not. It's possible. I just
so
care about this morning. You
got the defensive coach with an offensive team. Kev say it's a total disaster. I don't think so because they need a little defense. The offense is going to be there. They need some defense in their life.
Man, first of all, Frank Vogel is a lame duck coach. You know why? Because that team, as you know it, is not going to continue to be the same team. You think this summer going to be the summer of the story?
They better retool them
behind Ja Morant. You better stay focused on what Kevin Durant plans on doing going forward and how it's going to change how that whole conference is going to change. I'm telling you.
I disagree with him being a lame dunk coach because remember, he was a great coach at Indiana. He had them balling. And he really didn't have a
He's
superstar.
A world championship coach. Don't forget that.
Bubble.
Coaches
Bubble.
Head coaches really depend on the staff. So who's out there to be part of his staff? That's the question you got to start asking.
Udoka taking everybody up.
Right. I mean, we
no, he's not. Udoka going to get everybody from the Celtics that he put there, taking it with him in Houston, which he should.
And they some of the top. That is some of the top staff.
That is the only and actually bring that up, Sly. That's the only move I really don't like is him going to Houston because now I think because it's such a rebuild and they're not going to give him the time. I think Udoka's ready to to shine.
Houston.
I think he's ready. I would have loved to have seen him in Philly. One of these other big Phoenix, one of these other big jobs that was open, not a restart. I don't have
Yeah, but
a rebuild.
Houston.
he didn't know all these dominoes was gonna fall though, bro.
But that's what and that's why I said before when he took the Houston job, I think he jumped the gun too early.
And
There
who was in the Bucks right now?
out there. There were other jobs.
Griffin with the Bucks.
Yeah, but
it's like nobody knew all of those dominoes gonna fall.
But and that's why. Where was Houston gonna go? Just wait. Hold on for a second. All he had to do was hold out. He took the first job that was offered to him, not knowing these other jobs were going to open up, which he could have been like, hey, let me think about it. He could have held him off for a minute, him and his agent. And then
when they offered him the job,
it wasn't no desperation to be the damn
head
coach.
When they offered him the job, he had already been lightweight blackballed with the Nets thing. So, man, somebody offered him, put that paper on there, man. He took the paper. He wanted to get back in coaching. So,
first and foremost, man, before we get the story, in the NBA, it's already 3 weeks old. They know. They know what's coming.
Who took the Nets job? Ain't they still looking for a coach too?
Yeah, I think so. No, did they get Ron the intern? Did they remove the intern off him? I'm not sure.
They didn't remove it.
Ain't they keeping Jacques?
But they never. I don't think they made it official or removed it. They haven't said anything.
They gonna end up keeping Jacques. If they didn't.
They ain't got no other choice.
Yeah, but
they didn't get Monty or a Nick.
Exactly. If I'm Udoka, I would have held out to see what jobs were going to open up. Houston opened up early, and he jumped on it. It was a panic move, so I'm gonna blame his agent for that. You gotta be smart. You gotta be smart and wait it out.
He couldn't do that. Horse are expensive, and money was running out, so he had to get
There was the first. It was the first opening.
That money was running out.
Well, with his money, well, you're right, because Nia Long was gone.
And
so maybe
his
cash cow did leave.
Wait.
Where Doc going?
What did you say, DY?
I said whores are expensive and money was running out.
The whores, you're right. The $40 is inflation is affecting the $40 right now. But
I don't agree. I mean, Doc.
I just felt like he didn't have to jump at I don't know how good an opportunity the Houston job is, man. He could be out of there in 2-3 years, man.
He will be.
I don't know. There's these
and
other jobs.
There will be a job opening for him at a better team. Guaranteed.
Yeah, he'll be at a high-profile team in 2 years.
Right. These other jobs, I feel like were better. I think the Philly job, he was perfect for. He was perfect for Philly.
First of all, Nick Nurse is a good coach. I think. I don't know why that.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all.
I don't know why that African GM up there decided to let him go, but I think Nick Nurse is good. I think Doc should have went to Milwaukee, but the difference is Adrian Griffith. Adrian Griffith would be fired before DY take that hat off.
And guess what? In 2 years, Udoka will be there. But ain't no way I'd have picked up Griffin brother, sister, grandmama before I picked up Doc. I'm just sorry.
You're a damn lie.
I think I just feel like it was the first opening. It was almost like the first call he jumped on it instead of kind of like
it was right after the season ended. Yeah, before the play-ins, all of that. So he jumped on it.
And don't look for Golden State to probably be without their coach. Because I think my boy gonna decide to go in the booth like he used to be real soon.
Or Kerr may move upstairs.
Soon.
No, he may move upstairs.
Kerr ain't going up there because that ain't even his personality. He did that in Phoenix and he didn't like it.
He was an executive before he became a coach.
Right.
No, he was an executive in Phoenix and he went to the booth. Then he went to become the coach.
Who wants to be an executive in Phoenix, bro? That was when the whole shit show was going on down there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You too loud, Sly.
Keita don't hurt him.
No, he forgot to sweep up that mess in the kitchen.
Oh no.
Are you finna hiss?
Oh, hold on.
Oh no.
He fixing her, he buttoning up her shirt in the back.
No, is that my little buddy?
He
got
the dog.
Is what he doing. Hey, Sly, where my little buddy at, man?
He upstairs. Where
Oh,
you?
yeah,
Where the
upstairs.
dog at?
Where my little buddy
Oh.
at, man? That's my little
In the
buddy.
room? Oh,
Hey,
in the nook. Okay, see you.
hey,
All right.
sucker for love.
I had
No,
to
but
I had to zip my wife up, but anyway.
hey,
You,
Hey, hey,
hey,
hey, hey, hey, hey, hey,
you
hey,
are
hey,
you
hey.
are a great husband and a shit show as a person other than that. But you are a good husband. I'll give
God
you that.
damn.
You are a good husband.
Hey, man, fuck y'all, man.
Damn.
Hey,
You
look
are a
here.
good husband.
Why Adrian Griffin's gonna be fired soon? But I'm telling you this,
Hey, it's a black man.
Kerr probably gonna step away. If he don't do it this year, Kerr's gone next year. He's done. Steve
Like I
Kerr's
was
done.
saying, nobody wants to be an executive during that era in the Suns. I would have went to the booth too, Kerr. But the organization that he's with now, you don't think he could be an executive there? Come on, that's gravy for
That
him.
ain't Kerr personality. You know that. He not go. I don't even know. I was shocked he
What
took that
personality that you have to be an executive?
He don't want to be an executive. Kerr liked the booth. He did. He liked being in the booth until he got a team that was already set for him and he left. I would have too.
Well,
I
Wow.
still think Kerr is
so
young enough to want to still
right,
be
but
coaching at this point.
for me,
Not there.
if you Doka, unless I'm getting that Monty Williams type of contract, which he didn't get, I'm not taking
Well,
no rebuild.
let
Detroit
me
is
tell
dumb.
you.
No, but
Let
it
me
don't
tell
matter
you this.
unless the only way I'm taking that job is if I get the contract Monty Williams got.
Now,
Yeah,
they
but
got some young boys over there, bro. And I'm not saying that they finna be,
Don't
1,
matter.
2, or 3 in the East.
I
But
need
come
that.
on, you don't think that he can get that young team to be competitive if he had
The
New
thing
Orleans with a young Chris
being,
Paul,
the
Tyson
thing is,
Chandler? Come on, man.
well, ownership and execs look, it's not this patience thing anymore in no league. Unless I'm getting that 6-year deal, I'm not taking a rebuild. I'm not taking no rebuild unless I'm getting that Monty Williams type of deal or what's dude in was it Detroit or whatever, them type of deals and the Lions. I'm
But
saying
look,
those are the type of deals I'm only taking on a rebuild because I'm not finna sit up and have that on my resume that I was fired for a failed rebuild when I had a shit show to begin with. I'm not taking it
Lefty.
unless
but
I'm
What you
look,
getting
not
that bag.
understanding, any type of winning that goes on to Detroit, bro, is gonna be like sliced bread, bro. They've
You're
been
not
in the
gonna
cellar.
you're
That's all
not
they
gonna
gotta do.
disrespect. You're not gonna disrespect Will God, my boy Fred, and all my other Detroit people
GFY
out there.
to the whole lot of them. They've
You ain't
been a losing
gonna disrespect my
organization.
people, man.
They've been since 2004,
And we'll be
bro.
down there November 19th. So it whoop his ass when y'all see him. But we'll be down there November 19th for the game. But you
look,
ain't gonna disrespect my people, man.
look. Detroit got
I'm
a
gonna be down there like John Wick.
Detroit got a solid young base. Detroit got a solid young base. To close out on this Udoka thing, look, he didn't have the pick of the litter. He had to take what was available to him. There were not multiple teams calling Udoka to say, "Hey, are you available?"
Wasn't no openings.
He didn't even interview in other places, bro.
It was no other openings. He didn't wait. The openings came after he took the job.
Yeah, but there was certain places that was going to be obvious openings before he took that job. He could be like, I know so and so ain't coming back. I know this is going to be a fail.
Nobody knew Phoenix. Nobody knew the Bucks, even though I called that. But
You could see the writing on the wall with the Bucks. You could see the writing on the wall with Philly. Come on, these
well,
guys. We talking about
the one
insiders.
I'll give you is
We're
Philly.
talking about inside guys who got the pulse in the inside of the league. Not
I'm gonna
us.
blame his agent.
In the
Why
shop.
would the Bucks
I'm gonna
hire
blame his
a
agent.
first-year coach with a good team? That was idiotic.
I'm blaming his agent because
Well, same thing that the Lakers did.
his agent shouldn't have panicked, and I think it was the fear of being blackballed because of the bullshit that happened in Boston, and that's why he jumped on the first opportunity instead of kind of waiting it out. So I agree with you, but I still feel like he should have held out just to see what else was coming. I think he just jumped too soon. And
So I got a question for you guys.
His coaching resume.
Did Nick Nurse lose his first press conference when they asked him about Harden?
No. Harden is a joke, man. I mean,
it was the longest pause after a journalist question I've ever seen up at the podium.
It's one of those things when you said it, but you probably shouldn't have said it. We was all thinking it, but you probably shouldn't have said it publicly. It was one of those situations. You know what I mean? You see a fucked up outfit in the streets, and you really want to be like, that outfit ain't shit. You thinking it, you shouldn't say it because you embarrassed the chick, but you shouldn't say it, but you say it, and I think that's
I feel that way about Sly all the time, Lefty.
Damn, that's my boy up there, man. That's my man's.
Okay,
but I'm just saying, it's just one of those things. Like we all thinking it, but for you as the coach to say it, I think he got baited into it, and then he shouldn't have took it. So he lost.
Remember that commercial where the old man got the rod?
Right, he got the rod.
You didn't get it. He bit.
And
so where
that's what the media does. They bait you.
Harden got a player option for next year. The deadline is June 29th. That's $34.32 million, right? He could elect the lead this year. Or he could wait till he's an unrestricted free agent next year because he can veto any trade with this contract that he's on right now. And he got a 15% trade bonus as well. So, really, he got Philly by the balls.
Pause. But, yeah.
I don't know if that's so true. I think this is a divorce that's ready to happen. He's not looking for any money. The dude that made hundreds of millions of dollars already.
That'll be 10. Fuck him. Go ahead, D-Y.
Dang.
But
he's somebody's friend. That's my boy.
Not mad at all. I don't care for him. I really don't care for him. At all. Go ahead. I'm sorry, D.Y. I apologize.
Again, I think this is a divorce that's ready to happen. Harden already made it known. He talked about his relationship with Doc Rivers and how that wasn't great, even though Doc ain't there no more. Harden likes to go. He likes to be where he's comfortable and where he can kind of roam freely. And the range in Houston is probably the top destination.
He got the hotel there, DY. He got the car lot where his hoes come get a car if they need it.
He got the restaurant.
He got the restaurant. I mean, he got all type of stuff. Houston is where he need to be because winning a championship ain't what he want to do. Yeah, he winning a championship ain't what he looking to do. I mean, I don't like the city of Houston personally. I mean, Getty there. I mean, it's no reason for me to like Houston.
Come on, man.
What they got to do with Houston?
He's not even from Houston, man.
He just been there. He been there that long, man.
My White Sox swept them for their last championship. Thanks. I mean, it's nothing about Houston that I like. Okay, so but that's where you want to go. That's where you want to go.
What does Getty living have to do with the city?
I don't like Getty either.
Wow. Come on, man. Getty is somebody's friend.
He ain't mine.
Well, I think Harden, when he makes his decisions, is based off what his strippers need the least and get the most. So Houston is definitely where it's cracking at. And the fact that he's willing to go back to Houston and keep talking about it, I'm with you, DY. It's a divorce waiting to happen. I don't see it. So that maybe if you Philly, maybe Nick Nurse planted that seed. Like, hey, look, let's force him out of here. We don't want to pick up the option. Let's let him go.
Houston,
but Harden to go mess that whole rebuild up. Now you gonna put that on you, though?
He don't want to play nowhere where it's too much pressure on him to play. Houston, he was comfortable. The fans went on him in Houston. He was doing whatever he wanted to do. Houston ain't used to winning nothing. So they fans went on him. They didn't care. He lost the 3-1 lead. Nobody got mad against Golden State.
He was catching heat in Houston. He started catching heat. The expectations were up.
Chris Paul caught more heat than he did.
Right. Well,
but after a while, remember he was in did he win MVP? Did Harden win MVP?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Once you once you start hitting that, and they would get into the Western Conference Final, let's not act like they were Portland and the Washington Wizards with Bradley Beal and Dame Lillard, where they hiding, where they sitting there hiding behind the no expectation thing. No, it was some heat in
You sticking with that, ain't you? You sticking with that one, boy.
It's true.
Hey, he won't let that one go.
Because he shouldn't. He shouldn't let it go. Dame is a coward, and so is Bill.
Yeah,
Bottom line, they cowards.
You should have got out of there. You shouldn't be in neither one of them situations. Neither one of those players, and they were not past their prime, should be in those situations. So now Harden is trying to run back to that. The fact that he's talking about going to a young team like that, he should be talking about going to a team that's ready to contend instead of running back to a rebuild.
I think
I'm with you, Sly, all the way.
Bill is more henpecked.
Way out.
I think Bill is more henpecked than his wife. Like, no, you get all the money that we can. You hear me? We can.
First of all, Washington is as big as O Block. Let's not act like DC is this big major market.
Okay,
no, I didn't say nothing about markets or nothing. But he's getting the bag.
Okay, Drive.
He's getting the bag. And his wife is like, we're going to get all this money.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Snoopy. Because that don't have nothing. One don't have nothing to do with the other.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think Derrick Rose played in the NBA to win a championship?
No. Okay. Derrick Rose played in the NBA because he's soft.
What?
He's soft. He over there wasting away over there with the coach that blew his knee out. Terrible. Over there talking about, well, I'm over here now being a mentor to my man because he from Chicago too. Derrick Rose, stop it.
You not following my lead here, Sly. So I need you to quiet down just for a moment and understand that these young players, for them, it's not about winning titles. Obviously. So you could talk about Dame and Bill and all of these cats. These cats are really out to establish their legacy. These cats know they can make the Hall of Fame, NBA Top 75, soon to be NBA Top 100, without having championship gold, and forever be etched in history. Young players don't play to win championship.
I get it. DY, sometimes I think you not smart, but that was good. I like that. You're absolutely correct, sir. I can see it. Barkley and Ewing in the Hall of Fame, right? They loved, right, by basketball fans.
But they played the championships.
They
played their hearts out.
But they looking at them like, well, they didn't ever get it. Why should I? Because that fat slob for the Pelicans don't care. Obviously.
Well, championships wasn't the standard until the LeBron Jordan debate started. That's when and I didn't want to go there, but let's be totally honest. That's when championships became the standard.
It was.
But okay, let me ask you this question.
Good one, Damani. Good one.
Those players that y'all just mentioned, Patrick Ewing, Barkley, Karl Malone, and all those cats, they were playing to win a championship, no matter where they was. They were playing to win a championship. They was balling out. Can you say that this day and age about some of these stars that have come out and said, well, championships don't define me?
No, too late. The standards have changed.
Jimmy Butler is playing to win a championship.
Yeah. No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He's not.
Yes,
he's trash too.
If Jimmy don't win one,
good.
In the next 10 years, we're gonna be like, what's fam name that played for a couple of teams, Chicago?
I'm like that now.
All that. You're not gonna remember him.
I'm like that.
You're not. You're just.
But you will never say that Jimmy didn't play to win.
I'm
not saying he didn't play.
When we get on Jimmy, I'll get on Jimmy when we talk about Jimmy, because I got a whole different take about Jimmy. Because Jimmy ain't the humble Jimmy no more. For some reason, he has over-evaluated his game, which to me,
I thought you said you weren't going to talk about him.
Y'all let it happen. So, but go ahead, Damani.
I thought you said you weren't going to talk about him right now.
I'll get on.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying at some point, now that this whole how many rings you got and we using that as the standard, now it just is. So if you out here, you're not winning the ring, you're gonna be Mr. What's fam name in a few years, because no one's gonna remember you. It's gonna always be about rings, even though back in the 90s, it wasn't about that. Because let's take it for what it is. Jordan was labeled the GOAT after 3 rings. After the first 3, Pete, he was labeled the greatest ever with the statues and everything else. Let's label it. But now that this whole LeBron thing has come into effect and people are comparing, now it's about how many rings you got, because that's your best argument. So and Tom Brady
in Boston only got 3.
Else.
My boy in Boston only got 3. I consider him before LeBron, the best small forward ever. But I didn't care because his game was off the chain. I had forgot how many. I never cared about how many rings Bird had. Only thing I know, he could get buckets.
His Bird was a bucket getter.
He could get buckets.
He was a bucket getter. The bad boy.
You know, Bird got buckets, but it's how he got the buckets.
What?
You know, you hear all the stories where they say he came down and told them what he was gonna do and did it. He played a whole game left-handed.
He did.
Left-handed. And told him before the game that's what he was gonna do when he still had 30.
Killing him, surgical.
Yeah. And nobody puts him in conversation as the best small forward of all time. I mean, he doesn't.
That's not true.
He's not in the conversation.
How could he not be? What has his legacy been tarnished by?
I'm saying he should be.
If Bird ain't in your upper echelon of players, period.
He in mine.
Period.
Yeah, he should be.
He in mine.
He's in the same conversation. If Mike is the mountaintop, just below that is Magic.
Whoa!
Bird, Wilt, Russell. Those guys all fit into that category.
What about LeBron and Kobe?
LeBron's there. Kobe's there. But I'm just saying, don't try to taint Larry Bird now, because he's been out of the league for X amount of years and he's kept to himself and he stayed under the radar. But you still got guys like Magic out here doing major things, buying sports teams, earning billionaire status. That's how Magic remains relevant in this day and age. That's how young people know Magic. They know him as the Magic Johnson Theater's Magic, not as the 5-time world championship Magic.
They know him as he.
or they know Bird as, what up, bitch? Michael Jordan called him that in the dance. What up, bitch?
No, but you know, DY's absolutely right. Bird isn't, he isn't in front of the camera anymore. He's a behind the scenes guy. He kind of plays the back. Right, but that's always been, and we also forget how good of a coach he was in Indiana.
Yeah.
He was a hell of a coach in Indiana. Yeah. I mean, but when, like I said, once again, when we start getting into these debates, what's the thing you always use when it comes to the Mike LeBron? 6-0 in the finals. 6-0.
And Bird got 3. That's it. All the years Bird played, he only got 3. And Bird was a killer.
How many times did Bird go to the finals, though?
Quite a bit, because Magic beat him a few times.
Yeah.
6 times?
And don't forget. And let me bring up somebody that they forgot to bring up. Hey, Damani. Mike Breen talked about it in the last game, and you heard him. When he said Joker is like a Moses Malone and somebody else, and they lit his ass up. People forget how good Moses was.
Yes.
People forget Moses was a rebounding machine.
Man, Moses was a monster.
Nobody talks about Moses. Hey. Moses was a beast.
I had Moses poster the Promised Land where he had on the Jesus fit.
Yeah.
Standing. Yeah. I had that. I had Iceman Gervin poster on my wall.
But you know
Moses was a beast.
The NBA, NFL,
I got one championship.
All these in these leagues it's no different than what go on in the music industry. They kind of pick and choose who they want to put to the forefront. They back people. It's so many forgotten great
like
players.
This chick at Soldier Field.
Yeah.
I mean, what they want her to be, the white Beyonce? They need to stop.
Well, I mean,
They
she
don't
clearly
care about her.
is. They named the whole tailgate after her, the Taylor Gate.
They've been,
They need to stop.
sleeping outside since yesterday.
I mean, that's a lot.
It was 90 degrees yesterday.
But the fact that it's when the media and everybody gets behind you, Moses, like when we talk about great bigs, the Shaqs and all them, nobody talks about Moses, and why not?
I don't know.
You just hit it because he didn't have the media backing.
Right.
You know, Moses was Moses was Moses. He didn't play nice for the media. He didn't smile and kiki in front of the cameras. Moses was Moses.
Moses was almost as angry as Sly.
Moses was a Nigga.
And a fool, wasn't he?
Moses
Moses looked like he came right out of Ogden Park and went and hooped. And didn't care what you say or what. Like Moses was a beast, bro.
Yeah.
Because even Mark and Coach was like, "Did you say Joker what?" And Mike Bream had to walk it back. Mike Bream had to say, "You know what? You're right," because he's like, he'll rebound like no, you're not. Moses could nobody get a rebound if Moses was under that.
No. The rebound part I can't say, but as far as if you want to put Joker in the best big passing big man ever, he's in that conversation.
Yeah, I give you that.
If he's not up there, Joker is.
Damn, Moses.
There's some cats right now that ain't got front teeth and still got a concussion from playing with Moses.
Yeah,
right.
Moses was Shaq before Shaq.
You're right.
Coach, listen,
and let's not forget.
That's all you saw was this coming towards you.
And let's not forget, straight out of high school.
Straight out of high school. And a fool.
Before it was cool. He playing with grown men. But Joker, you know what? Joker is, to me, like, I think this playoff run for him is gonna finally get him the roses he deserves.
You know,
I didn't give him his either. I wasn't talking about him. I wasn't thinking about him. But that dude is a bad boy, man.
He finna move my all-time greatest.
We gonna get to them. We gonna get to them in a minute, man.
Dunking down, man, and I hate to say it.
But Lefty, I do want to talk about your boy since you did bring him up. You gave me a he. Now it's been trade talks about your boy, quietly behind the scenes saying he want to get moved. This is Dame.
Ooh.
This is Dame. Where he may go to
the Bulls,
Boston, the Bulls,
Philly,
the Heat. You know, his name has been surfaced. Now, you know, he's under contract this year. Next year, he got that player option for the 24-25. That's $48.7 million player option he got the following year. That's a lot of bread, bro. That's a lot of bread. Now, he got his trade restriction out there also until July 9th. You know, after July 9th, you might see more rumors hit social media and so forth. But Lefty, you say he don't want the limelight. He go to Miami, he go to Boston, he come to Chicago. That's you thrust right in it there. It's win or go home.
Boston probably got the most trade assets because you move Brown.
You can get Jaylen Brown, yeah.
You can get Jaylen Brown. That would be smart. Chicago, I would like to see Dame. It don't have a fit because you got AK-47 playing right next to him. So no, actually you got an AR-16, not the 15. They are 16.
Damn.
Playing next to him, so that ain't gonna work. So
that was kind of like Lefty in the summer league games.
Whoa, he was an AR-16?
Oh, I know he is not talking. I know that dude up there is not talking.
Golly.
Go ahead, Sly.
In the summer league games, you didn't let loose.
Go ahead, Sly. Continue.
So to me, I don't know where the best fit for Dame. I just know Dame need to get the hell out of there in a hurry. But Bradley Beal gonna retire there, so Bradley Beal's letting his skills erode.
Well, first of all, let's stop with the Chicago Bulls because nobody wants these bullshit assets that they have. DeMar DeRozan's
I
old.
disagree with you, Tony. I'm not giving up
DeMar
DeMar. I'm giving up
and DeMar's
Levine
old.
first.
Let's not act like DeMar is.
I give up DeMar yesterday.
Let's stop acting like DeMar is the standard of great players. Like, come on now.
Right.
I'm not saying
They won when
guess
he
what?
left.
The Bulls have no assets to pull off nothing like that.
Does DeMar have a move that you can't stop? Just answer yes or no.
Oh, the pump fake. You can't stop that.
Yes
pump
or no.
fake.
Yeah, he has a great mid-range game. Yes, it's great. In a three-point shooting league, no one cares about his mid-range game.
Bro, y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop disrespecting DeMar, man.
He didn't win in Toronto. He ain't won no way, man. He ain't won in Chicago. It's clear that you can't win. Now, maybe as a third piece or something like that, but you're not giving up.
When he was in Toronto,
Portland, I'm not taking no
the
old
only
ass DeMar
other
DeRozan.
player that he had was whack ass Kyle Lowry.
I'm not.
They didn't get Siakam and all of that until your boy got there.
I'm not giving up a superstar for DeMar DeRozan. He's not.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. You keep him and you get rid of Zach.
You can't get rid of Zach. Stop saying
that.
Zach is the best player on losing teams.
The Mob and the Chicago River say different, DY.
Zach is the next Jamal Crawford. He's gonna be a good player. He's gonna be a good player on bad teams. That's all he's ever gonna be. He's never gonna get you over the top. He's not gonna win the championship. Zach LaVine is not that dude.
Who is gonna take $200 million? Light-skinned Zach LaVine.
And the fact that DeMar is even, well, the fact that Dame now and back to what Sly was saying, the coward move. He's quietly behind the scenes, like, well, maybe I should get out of here and step up. And because when he get that spotlight, he gonna get exposed.
To the note in class.
He in there like, well, maybe I should leave. Maybe I shouldn't stay here whispering. Man, come out and say what the hell you gonna do. Because you was out there talking all that shit about I'm gonna stay with my team and build and win here, and I don't ring chase, and I don't this, that, and other. Now you about to be 33, 34 years old, and you're looking pathetic. Period. That's what it is. So the hell with him and his rumors.
I agree. I think this is no more than Dame calling his bluff again, and it's becoming very exhausting. All of the rumors about him going somewhere, just stop it. Until I see the breaking news alert on NBA.com TV, all of it's pure speculation. I really don't think he's going to go anywhere. Like I said, we're living in a different day and age where NBA players can build their legacy off of their name and scoring some points versus winning championships. It's a moot point.
So DY, what would you do up in Boston? Brown and Jalen.
I don't feel like you should break them up. I don't think at this
point. Is he worth that Supermax?
Yeah.
And I'm talking about Brown.
Yeah, I think so. Because what you don't give him credit for is his defense. The guy's still averaging 25 points a game, and he's guarding the top scorer player on the opposing team every night. What that team really needs is to get more physical and a tad bit younger. Smart's getting a little long in the tooth. You know what I'm saying? Holford is as old as I am. So that team has got to find a way to retool and get a little bit younger and bigger to go one-on-one with Embiid. If you think Giannis ain't finna come back next year in a fury, you out your goddamn mind. So that team I still think is a championship caliber team. They just got to retool.
So to me, when Brown has choked in the playoffs, bro, especially this year. Now, I just can go to his assist to turnover ratio. Dude got 241 assists, and he got 233 turnovers, bro. And in that game 7, he had 8 turnovers, and he was trash.
He's not a point guard.
Right. If you had a facilitator, a true facilitator, he wouldn't have to handle the ball to have a turnover.
He shouldn't have the ball in his hand anyway.
Marcus Smart is not a facilitator.
Nope.
He's not.
The bottom line is Jaylen Brown, if it was a picture of a dictionary of inconsistent, it would show a photo of him. I need y'all to stop. I need y'all to stop giving these guys flowers that don't deserve it. Jaylen Brown has been one of the most inconsistent players in basketball since he arrived.
And Tatum has
young him and old him, and Tatum too. I'm gonna get on his ass too.
Okay.
Hit both of them.
Yeah.
The problem is they both don't work. The problem is, coach, you were the coach and they couldn't get you to the promised land. You don't take your dumb ass in the GM seat and keep them both. They gotta go. Either you trade Tatum, either you trade Brown. Bottom line, you was a coach and it didn't work. You better not take your dumb ass up in the GM seat and think it's gonna work again.
If Udoka is there this year, is it the same outcome?
Absolutely. Don't blame Missoula. Don't blame Missoula.
No.
Don't blame Missoula.
Now, Sly, if you're going to give Tatum and Brown smoke, you got to give Missoula all the smoke because he sat there with that typical hand on his hips like this, looking like a pedophile over there, didn't know what to do. Wasn't calling timeouts right. He wasn't doing nothing right. He was just standing there looking like he was lost.
The problem is Giannis is gone. That's why they hired old boy. Bottom line, you don't hire AJ Griffin if you're trying to go to the promised land. So let's look at the scape of things. He's gonna be there, but they're gonna get one of them. One of them gone before the summer.
Well,
they gone.
So, and I kind of want to do. I didn't get a chance to put it out there, but I want to do it prompt to Lefty's logic about how the windows, who windows open, who windows close, and Boston is going to be one of my top teams. That window is open because you got younger players, but you got to get them over the top. I think part of them keeping dude Mazzola, whatever his name is, part of them keeping them is the embarrassment of what happened with Udoka. And you can't, like, after 1 year, now everybody gonna look at you like, well, you shouldn't have fired Udoka because if you're gonna do that. So I think that's part of, that saving face thing that goes on. He's not a good coach. He's not. He's definitely not a championship coach. He's not a guy gonna get you over the top. At some point, you got to bring in a cat that can bring you over the top. Actually, I think
LeBron, that's his boy. They came into the league together, so of course they tight.
I actually think Vogel would have been a great signing over there in Boston. I really do. I really like Frank Vogel.
I could see that. See that.
They wouldn't stand for no Lakers coach coming to Boston. Come on.
Yeah, you know what? I ain't think about that.
Coach Indiana.
But I'm just saying
he won a chip.
But I'm saying it's a good fit, though. It's a good fit. But it definitely is a good fit, a defensive-minded coach.
Lefty, hey, DY, you hit it spot on. They are never bringing a Laker.
Right, you're absolutely right. So I don't, the Boston thing, I don't know, man. I think this is going to be a wasted opportunity. I don't think this team, because it's going to be another team going to rise up next year. I don't think Boston's going to get a title out of Brown and Tatum. But I wouldn't break it up. I wouldn't panic and break it up right now.
Exactly. Well, you're not panicking. They've been doing it for the last 4 or 5 years. What you mean you panicking?
No, it's only been about a 2-3-year run, and they've been to the final.
Dude, you're gonna do what the Bulls did. That's y'all problem. Y'all used to the Bulls being stupid, keeping Rose and fucking what's the name too long. Okay, y'all need to stop Jimmy too long. Y'all need to stop thinking about what we suffer here with. Keeping teams too long. That's our issue. Break them the fuck up.
So you think the window closed?
It's closing right now. It's closing. Because I'm gonna tell you something. There's some good teams out here, man. The Knicks coming. Philly got Nick Nurse.
Well, guess what?
Tibbs will be gone after next year.
Well, because he gonna tell everybody.
Austin is a power forward and a point guard away.
They're not. They are 2 guard and a 3 guard away. Somebody got to go. Tatum got to go.
Name they point guards.
They don't have none. Marcus Smart was a point guard at Oklahoma State. Now he's not a point guard in the league. He was a point guard at Oklahoma State. You know that, right?
Name they point guards.
Hey, I'm just telling you.
Just
name and forehead.
Derek White, Marcus Smart,
and forehead. Come on. Name they power forwards.
What you mean? What's wrong with the power forward they got? Horford still got game.
Horford is 89 years old.
Hey, he's still playing longer than he's still
Grant
playing.
Williams is your power forward.
Let me ask you a
Come on.
question. He got better skills than Granville. Do y'all know?
Williams is almost 6'5".
Is
Right.
anybody LeBron playing with still playing?
I'm
No,
just
Him and
what
no.
I'm saying is
Him and Horford's class either.
they
Hey,
are
right.
power forward and a point guard away. You
Horford,
get them a decent power
what's the
forward.
Miami name that just celebrated 20 years?
Haslam,
Haslam, right.
Haslam ain't playing. He's just there.
Hey, he held the trophy.
Getting a check.
Right.
Getting that bag.
Hey.
And he'll swing, and he'll be the first one to swing.
Hey, Ronnie, I know you hit me from the shop, so I'm gonna respond because I know you've been there since 11. Hey, look here, man. What I need you to do, Ronnie, is understand that they've been together for 4 or 5 years. It's time, Ronnie. Let it go. You holding on too long. Let it go.
So how do you build a foundation for a championship caliber team? And obviously, in this day and age, you can't do it with one person. You could barely do it with two. More than likely, you need at least 3 top-notch players.
Well, LeBron had none last year, but that's
and where did that get him?
Nowhere.
Exactly.
He had none. But I totally agree, man. But y'all trying to say, well, let's hold on to Brown because one day Brown want to shoot 1,000 shots, and then the next day Tatum want to shoot. It's like they cool, but trying to feed off each other. Stop, man. Somebody got to go.
That's why I say if you got a point guard is going to distribute the ball and everybody's going to eat.
Kyrie couldn't even make it over there with them. They was like, this is too, I got to go.
No,
Kyrie was in his nut stage at that time. Stop it.
Brown is one of the best two-way players in the league.
I'll give you that.
He doesn't get credit.
I'll give you that.
Like,
right now.
Still averaging 20.
Now he's Scottie Pippen.
No, ain't nobody said that now.
To be able to guard the best man on the other team.
He still got 50. What difference does it make?
I'm saying though, that's not an easy task though.
So let's go ahead and jump into this finals, bro. Let's talk about this finals, man.
Please talk about how much I hate Jimmy.
That first game turned out to be a laugher.
So angry.
Was it the altitude? Was it the lack of depth? Was it they couldn't hit the side of a barn? Yeah. They threw 3 people at Jimmy. Nobody else stepped up. Where we at? Where we at? Lefty, I'll let you start off. Sly, be quiet.
It's just the fact that Denver's the better team. The Rocky Balboa saga is coming to an end with Miami.
You know I hate Jimmy. That's why he won't talk.
The Rocky Balboa saga is coming to an end. No one gives Denver the credit they deserve. You know, I talked about it on Sean and Maya's show yesterday.
You was on there?
Yeah, I was on there. But it's this whole because we don't
get make that show on time. Okay, we'll just talk about that later.
I'm gonna let that go.
Yeah,
you did, right?
Okay, we'll talk about that later. God damn it! No, but I think it's the fact that we didn't get to see Denver. They wasn't on prime time every year. I mean, every game, every week, like most of these other teams that we saw. No one talked about it. With a top team in the West all year. That's a damn good team. And the way they dismantled Phoenix with Kevin Durant, the way they dismantled the Lakers have been one of the best teams since February, since the trade deadline. That's a damn good team, man. Sometimes you just run up against that juggernaut. Miami,
they dismantled a team full of Robins.
Miami has done a great thing. The run has been amazing, but they're not good enough. I don't care about they 7 undrafted people and all this underdog story that's going on. They too small. Denver's too good. They've been together. They've been together for a few years now. Jamal Murray is one of the top guards in the league. Because people don't talk about him, but he's one of the best guards there. Watch them in the playoffs. That team is good. They're just better than Miami. I don't think Miami can beat them. Period. I don't care what adjustments they make. What they do is talent for talent, and Denver's just way better.
So, game 1 specifically, 2 free throws attempted by one team in the NBA set a record. That's not going to happen again. And part of the reason why Miami lost that first game because they settled for jump shots, and that's all that they wanted to do the entire game. There was no
All they've been
penetration.
doing is
There was no penetration. There was no driving. There was no physicality from that Miami team when we just watched them play one of the most physical series against Boston in the previous series. I give Denver credit. They were the better team on that night. Do I feel like they're the better team in the series? Yeah, in a lot of respects, they got all of the tools to win. But I refuse to believe that Miami is not gonna go out, that Miami will go out without a fight. I think that team is war tested. I think that team will make the adjustments like they've made in every series. As dominant as you feel Denver has been, Denver didn't come into the finals at 12-1. They didn't.
So if they lost 2 games this playoff run, they may have lost 2.
Two maybe.
Okay, can I say something now?
2 maybe.
Because I mean, I guess he obviously waited. I guess he waited for me. Let me see. Caleb Twin was better than him. He scored more than him, and he didn't play for Charlotte. Okay, in the first game. The dude in Michigan, he didn't show up. And who's the other guy? Oh, Mr. Gabriel Vincent. He looked like the dude that was the backup for Michael Jordan. I mean, for Michael Jackson and his song. Okay.
What?
We need to stop. They shot 2 for 27 combined. Now, to your point there, DY, the Joker didn't even score to the fourth quarter. He didn't even have to. So the whole first half, he didn't do nothing. Guess what? Before. He just passed the ball and rebound, right?
He's done that before.
Okay, and guess what? They still couldn't take the lead. Miami was 2 for 27. They was like 2 for 27 for three-point land. Miami is not good. All y'all that run around here, the Bulls was 2 minutes away from eliminating them, which they should have. So stop giving Miami all this credit like they some juggernaut team that just didn't play up to their potential during the regular season.
It's like you can't take away from that run.
I'm just like, Coach, Miami is who we thought they were. Period.
You can't take away from, can't take away from the run they
on. Miami gonna do this. Denver led the West wire to wire most of the regular season, while Miami was down there fighting with the Bulls for the 9th to 10th seed. Yeah, y'all need to stop, man. Right. Teams are who they are. They show you who they are. Miami, Jimmy is gonna always be Jimmy. You know who he is? The number 32 pick in the first round by the Chicago Bulls. That's it.
Oh, wow.
He ain't nothing no more than that. And the bad part is, y'all put Jimmy up here like, oh, wow, Jimmy Buckets, he lost in the bubble.
Well, first of all, who the hell is y'all?
He lost being in it. He lost after that. He couldn't win in Philly. He couldn't do shit in Minnesota. Let's talk about those teams he played for where he didn't show up.
Well, you gotta take Philly out the equation because that was on Doc.
Now you want to blame Doc because
yeah. Doc wasn't there with Jimmy in Philly.
You know he wasn't.
He wasn't there with Jimmy.
Y'all kill me with that, man. It's like Miami is who we thought they were. They undersized. Denver don't play no defense. They said they had like 30 wide open shots.
They were open shots. They were wide open shots.
And y'all around here acting like Miami's one of the top teams in the East.
Denver didn't play no lockdown defense.
So are you telling me that Miami is going to shoot bad for the remainder of the series?
First of all,
because you said they didn't play defense, they just missed shots.
Miami hit a terrible Bucks team. The Bucks didn't come to play, and Giannis got hurt. The Knicks are who we always think they is under Tibbs. They're going to perform. Period and point blank. So stop. Stop, man. Stop trying to make it seem like Miami who they are. Miami could come out and score tonight, Sunday, and they still gonna lose. They're gonna lose, bro. They're not good.
Well, I'm not gonna go as far as say they aren't a good team. I mean, it's the Rocky Balboa story.
It's more coaching than playing.
It is. Spo does not get enough credit. Spo does not get enough credit for the coach. Like being one of the greatest coaches out there, man. He's really a good coach. it's a team that's maybe they have, I guess, overachieved up
By
to
a
this
lot.
point. But I just think I still think it's the disrespect for Denver. Man, look at that, man. Watch that team, dude. They are dismantling cats. And they got the ultimate home court advantage
But you
and the
know,
altitude. But that's a damn good team, dog.
you know my
Y'all
problem
ain't
with
respecting Denver, man. That's what hurt
my
me.
one
That's a
problem
good squad.
with Mike Malone and Denver, and y'all let me know if y'all agree or not. They take their foot off the gas
Like
late in the
most teams do,
third,
though.
fourth quarter, and they let a team come running back on them because they were only down 8 points in the fourth quarter, and then Joker became Joker and did his thing. That's when
He
he
do
started
that at
scoring.
will against Miami.
But what I'm saying is
Play with them.
he takes his foot off the gas, and that could be a detriment against a coach, just like
Play with them.
just like Spo. With a coach like Spo, you can't do that. Crush your opponent and keep it moving.
Stop.
Still comes down to
Pat
talent for
Riley
talent,
been
So
a
roster to
in the
roster.
finals.
let me
Denver's a better team.
let me pose this question. I think it's the consensus that Denver's gonna win this year.
Consistent.
When they win, are they your pick as the favorite to win again next year?
Yes.
No,
Really?
Yes, they are.
no.
Really?
Yes, they are. And if they not, it's another sign of the ultimate disrespect. This team has been together. You look at like Sly just said it. They own the West from day one. No one ever talked about it.
I'm tired of Miami. People jumping on this Miami bandwagon like they was the coldest team in the East. Miami is who we thought they were, bruh. Stop DY. Stop get. So Miami gonna be good next year.
I'm not bigging up Miami.
Some of
I
y'all
still
some
pick
of
Denver.
y'all be
I
like
still
Miami,
pick Denver to
man,
win, but
if
I
that's
just
being the
refuse.
number one
Refuse
team.
it's going to be a sweep.
If Giannis played, if the Bulls could have acted like they had any sense, I wouldn't even be talking about Miami. But we shouldn't even be talking about them. But I mean, come on, bruh. Stop it, Miami, a good team.
You can't short sell what Miami has done.
Right.
I can't short sell it.
I mean, they've overachieved.
I can't short sell it.
They've definitely overachieved. It's not
This
going.
reminded me of Dallas in 2011.
You're not. But first of all, let's not disrespect that Dallas team. That's another team that was disrespected.
They was good though.
That's another team disrespected. Man, think about this. Joker, because I guess he's not the sexy pick. Like, it's one of the best players in the league. Nobody talks about him in that conversation. We mentioned Luka, Embiid, Giannis. I'm just saying, but no one ever, when we talk about the best players on the planet and all that, he's never in the conversation, right? It's Giannis, it's Embiid, it's Luka, they still talking LeBron, AD stuff, Kevin Durant and all Steph Curry. No one ever throws Joker in that conversation, and he should be in that conversation.
I gotta agree because Sly, I told you the other day, social media shows some old footage from the 17 and under international versus USA, and Jamal Murray was on that team, and USA was giving them the business until that first time out. And guess who came off the bench and gave USA the business? Was Joker. Him and Jamal Murray been playing together for a long time. They still lost the game, but they didn't get blown out like they was getting blown out in the first quarter. So Joker been underrated for a long time. Long time. But he's not, like you said, he's not sexy and all. To me, it's just like Tim Duncan. He wasn't sexy. Everybody wasn't, oh, let me go get me a Tim Duncan jersey and all that. Right. But he gave you buckets night in and night out.
My
and that's
best power forward to ever play. Period.
Yeah, he's not.
I agree with you on that.
He's not super athletic. He's slow as hell. Just like everything about it is boring. Remember the All-Star game? Remember the All-Star game?
He was last.
He was the last one, and he laughed at it like, "Well, that's not my cup of tea. Like, I'm not built. My game isn't built for that. The All-Star game type stuff. He's not going to do stuff like that."
Question: in your Mount
Sweet,
Rushmore,
you don't think he's underrated?
I
You
agree.
Your
don't think
Mount
he jumped
Rushmore
underrated?
of
I
centers
said he got back-to-back MVPs. Who's
is Joker
And we still not
making a
talking
case?
about him.
Is he making a case for himself?
Yeah, he should.
And your Mount Rushmore of centers, is he making a case where if he continues this for, like you say, if they repeat, do you put him into your Mount Rushmore?
Yes, you
I
should.
think it's a little early for that. You know, you gotta span those things span careers. You don't know how his career. It's a little early to be talking about Mount Rushmore for him like that. I think he's one of the best players in this generation of players. I think he's not dominant, but he's very great. He's not like a Shaquille who was dominant and great. All right, so he's a great player. Might not be very dominant at this point, but I no
What doesn't make him dominant though, DY? Because of
uh
how he's not dunking on people every time
no
dropping you in the post and dunking you, and that's
no
why he's dominant. His
no
numbers
because
are dominant. Those are
no
dominant
because
numbers.
he doesn't I haven't seen him do this is will his team to greatness. He's doing it this year. Obviously, they're making his final run, but it's weak competition. If I see him in the finals against some better competition and see him perform at the caliber that he did this year, then I could probably think about that argument. But like Sly said, you playing a bubble team with no center. With the biggest guy on your team is 6'9", 6'10". It's not a lot of competition.
They took out a Phoenix team with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, a Lakers
A
team
weak
with
Phoenix.
LeBron and AD.
Okay, now, Lefty, I got to
I'm
call
just
pause
saying.
on you right
I'm
now.
just saying.
Phoenix
They took them out.
was in disarray. They had no bench.
Everything.
They
We could talk about
Aiden,
that. What was their
Aiden
record
is
with
trash.
KD in Atlanta? What was their record with KD in Atlanta?
DY has a point.
Look it up.
He went up against Aiden. Aiden, that's like Sly going up against Gandy. Come on.
So we
Gandy
going.
wins.
So once again, the disrespect for Denver, because now y'all pointing out all the weaknesses of these teams. Those teams wasn't weak. Denver, it was just a better team. They went out there
You know
and
what?
beat.
It's just like last year when Golden State won. Sly, you were saying every team that they met, they were depleted, they was hurt, they didn't play the best, but they still won, right?
What was
They still
Phoenix
won.
record with KD in the lineup, with KD and Booker together before they
First
ran
of
up on
all,
Denver?
I blame the loss
Somebody
on
please look
KD.
it up.
I
Somebody
blame
please
the
look
loss
that up.
on KD because he's robbing and he doesn't make anybody else around him.
Or
Period.
maybe Denver just is a great team.
They're a better team, I get you that. But when you
not
get
a better team. Maybe that's a great team.
you
No one is
got
talking about this
KD
team, dog.
and Booker. KD
Okay.
and Booker, come on.
They got whooped too.
Look
Denver
at their
beat the
record.
brakes off them.
Then they
Look at
run
their record.
into
Look at their
then they
record.
run into street clothes that can't play both ends of the floor. Either
And
he gonna score
and the Lakers had the best record in the NBA since February, and they
and they
dismantled them.
and they ran into a David Ham, Darvin Ham coach team where he did not know how to sub in LeBron, and Lebron was gassed.
Once again, you
Gassed.
disrespecting Denver, dog. You constantly
Gassed.
disrespecting
I'm
that
just
Denver
saying
team.
they had a
You are
light.
taking away from
They
that
had a
team.
light trip.
It's not no
No,
light
the
trip.
light trip was Golden State last year. Don't do that.
See,
Don't do that.
See, you can say that
Don't do
about
that.
them, but you can't say it about Denver.
Because everybody Golden
Has
State
the
met.
same energy.
Everybody Golden State met last year was hurt in every series they played in when it went to the playoffs. So stop that. You need to quit, Ben. Because when I
You
say
can
that
say
about
it
your
about
team,
Golden
you didn't say
State,
that.
but you can't say it about Denver. Stop.
Because
Have the same
You are-
energy, man.
You are
Denver-
discrediting Denver.
Yeah, you are.
You are
Yeah,
discrediting them.
Yeah,
That-
you
I'm
are.
not discrediting them. They are a much better team than anybody that they ran into this year.
Include Miami.
They no one has ever talked about them in the best team conversation. You know, they led the West all year. It was people talking about maybe you should tank and fall to the 8th seed so you can play Denver instead
You're
of
right.
Memphis and all
You're
that.
right. And they found out the hard way. They found out the hard way when teams tried to do that.
But it is a team that no one has talked about. They played their way through. They've beaten some of the best players in the league. This team is a damn good team. Jamal Murray is one of the best guards in the league. No one's ever gonna give him his credit. And that's what Mike Malone has been putting in their head how disrespected they are. That's the most disrespected one seed ever.
I think after this year, you have no choice but to give them their credit. But like I said, this conversation started. We talked about
who are you picking next year?
So let me before we go there. Saturday's show. That's 4 games into the finals. We're gonna have this conversation because I guarantee you the dynamic is gonna change a little bit, and they not getting swept.
Okay.
They not getting swept.
The finals ain't going to Father's Day. I can tell you that much.
Damn.
How about that?
The finals ain't going past next Thursday.
Say the word, Lefty.
When they play?
Say the word, Lefty.
Sunday. They play Wednesday. No, they play
what you
Saturday
just said.
night.
Say the word.
They play Sunday. They play
Sunday, Wednesday. They play Sunday.
Yeah, they spreading it out.
Wednesday, and I think they're probably gonna play it Saturday.
So
it's another Friday.
They play Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday.
Right.
Yeah.
Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday.
Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay.
4-1. You
Friday,
want to bet on that, man?
Friday,
what you got?
Friday. No, they swept. They sweeping them. I'm gonna come in here on Saturday morning, and I'm just gonna green. That's all I'm gonna do. See you Saturday with a smile on my face next week. It's over. And I want Tony to apologize to me in a message on here when they get swept.
No one that Denver team is still, after everything they've done throughout the year, the teams they beat to get to the finals, they still being disrespected.
The Lakers gave them everything they could and couldn't win a game.
They still being disrespected. This Denver team is good. And they should be the favorites next year.
KD put up 30-some points a game and he got whooped.
I mean, odds going to Vegas. Okay, Lefty, you're right. They should be the favorites to win next year. Will they win next year? Like Kevin said, that's neither here nor there. I don't think they will.
If they stay healthy, why not? Still disrespecting them. Still ain't got no respect.
We got about 12 minutes left, man.
I don't understand it.
I did want to throw something out there because I just couldn't believe it, man, when I saw it. Your boy didn't like David Carr at all down in the Raiders. He did not like him at all.
Why you trying to make me mad?
But now he's a consultant for the Saints in a quarterback room.
Not a consultant.
David or Derek?
Derek Carr, I'm sorry.
Derek
Carr. You know what I mean? But Chucky is a consultant down there with the quarterbacks for the Saints, and he could not stand Derek Carr when he was there, man. Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. Lefty. Come on.
I mean, look. I know it was a whole shit show what happened with the Raiders with him. But let's not take away the fact Chucky knows football. He's just been out of the game so long. He should have never been a coach. He's been removed from the game a long time.
Should have stayed in the booth.
But, consulting, that's probably where he should have been.
He should have stayed on the typewriter.
Yeah, he probably should have.
No, it wasn't no typewriter. He should have stayed off the keyboard.
Off the keyboard. Close the laptop.
No.
Get off email.
You're right. He was on the typewriter and had his secretary transfer it over to an email.
But I mean, as a consultant, man, I don't think it's you could do a lot worse.
But he didn't like Derek Carr then. So what can you say good about Derek Carr? Why he did?
Well, yeah, the marriage is weird. I'll give you that. It's definitely a weird marriage.
Okay, so
I can't.
You obviously want to bring up the dysfunction with my Raiders, right?
I'm just.
You so fucked up by even bringing.
Okay.
Like they the most dysfunctional team in it. The man selling some of his team to Tom Brady. For what?
How is it that your starting quarterback fails his medical exam, and now they're talking about they're not going to honor the contract? It's a possibility.
Dude, I wish Al could wake up, man. Please, for me, man. My team,
physical, man.
My team. Why you? First of all, you get rid of Carr for somebody like him, and this guy can't even pass the physical.
But my thing is, the dude is coming off of surgery. What part of the physical did he fail?
Then you give Tom Brady
the physical part.
Goddamn team, which Al would never sell to. Al would never sell a piece of the team to the enemy. He would never done that.
I'm just saying, man. I just couldn't make sense of this whole Raiders debacle right now.
You fire him, Mike. So when Mike says you fire Gruden and you cut Carr, Gruden say, well, Carr, they screwed us both. Why don't I make you better? I'm just completely done.
You know that situation is one of those ones you just look at and be like,
They doing it. He doing that being to spite the Raiders, what Chucky got a right to do. They fired him and they cut Carr. He trying to get him back. I know he is. I know that's what he doing. He got a right to do it. The Raiders are the most dysfunctional team in the whole football.
You know, it's funny you said that they fired him. Don't you think he fired himself?
Yeah, he did.
I mean, let's be real.
Hey.
we all say inappropriate things. We just don't put it in emails.
You're right.
We all say inappropriate things.
Right.
And
hell, just on this show alone, we didn't say it a million about.
I'm typing an email. I work for Social Security. In my team's message, hey baby, you really look good in that dress, and your underwear is showing,
and your cleavage is banging.
Enter.
Your cleavage is banging.
And your hips don't lie.
Right. And I hit enter. All this on the whole job email.
Right. Facts.
Hey, he didn't even think twice when he hit enter too. He was like,
right.
Enter.
Right.
Hey, he was like, I told him.
Like, so I tells the bit.
Right.
Right.
So I told him.
Now, Lefty, this won't you chime in on this first? Bears been doing voluntary, OTAs and all of that stuff. Everybody has shown up except for Jalen Johnson. Is that a problem going into the season?
And Nate Davis too. Yeah, I think he's just making a statement. They already said he's going to be at the next OTAs. Mm-hmm. Like it's not even a story.
He wants a contract extension.
He wants church stuff, man.
Right, that's what he and as he should.
He's doing church stuff.
Well, the first thing Jalen Johnson has to do is finish a season, which he hasn't done since he's been in the league. So
for his rookie season?
No, he didn't finish his rookie season. He didn't finish 1 year. He has not finished the season yet. The reason he dropped in the draft was because of his health, medical. His shoulders messed up, and he still hasn't finished the season. So the Bears got a tough decision to make. So I don't blame them for playing hardball. I don't blame him for sitting out. When it's time for a contract, man, you gotta make a statement. They want to see how I don't know how hard. I don't know how hard.
Whoa! We got a timeout here. The Nets just hired Kevin Ollie.
What?
That's a good hire.
The Nets just hired Kevin Ollie.
From UConn?
Yeah. No, the old coach is he coaching UConn still? Or the old coach?
No, he wasn't there no more.
Yeah, he left.
They fired him because he was terrible.
No, they fired him.
Okay. All right. I'm looking on Bleacher Report right now, and it's saying that he is being. This is Woj. Woj is saying that Kevin Ollie is joining the Brooklyn Nets as an assistant coach under Jacques Vaughn.
Oh, I'm about to
so that's letting you know right now, he's squeezing you, kid. You better kick ass this year.
Jacques Vaughn is one of the best coaches in basketball.
No.
Hey.
He ain't no predecessor to Jacques.
But I don't know
why is that breaking news?
Because Ben made the shit up.
Wait a minute. When I saw it, it just said Nets hire Kevin Allen. I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Shit,
But
I got some breaking news too. Wait a minute.
What are the Bulls going to do?
I got some breaking news too. Knick knack paddywhack, give a dog a bone. God damn it.
Damn.
hey, I also got some breaking news. In Vegas, Sly showed us his jump shot, and it ain't shit.
That ain't breaking news. That's breaking backboards on.
He was 6 for 10 from the free throw line, though. Was you 6 for 10, Sly?
Yes.
I thought it was more like 4, but
didn't he score like 40 points on the machine?
Yeah, man.
We're not gonna talk about the machine and Lefty.
No. Hey.
Yeah, that machine did not agree with him at all.
Blame it on the drugs.
Hey, this is a kid-friendly show.
Right. I mean,
and drug-free too.
Right. I mean, blame it on the.
It ain't drug-free, but kids don't do drugs.
Blame it on the medicinal. What we was indulging in. But let's move on.
We.
Well,
you handed me the. Oh,
right.
Man, come on.
Right. We was together.
We was together, fam.
Every goddamn morning.
Right.
Hey, Lefty, we got about 5 minutes left, man. You missed our whole John Morant discussion, man. Any words you want to really say regarding this, man? Because you really didn't get into the conversation with this man.
No, not really. Just a few words. Dumbass comes to mind. Second one is, I mean, we kind of mentioned it when I jumped on. That's the NBA union is they're gonna really get chin checked if they allow him to be suspended for like a ridiculous amount of games. Especially, you got to look at the policies. It's gonna really show they skirt. You know what I mean? It's gonna show they slip that they're a weak ass union if they don't at least take up for him. Like, you got to see what all he violated. I know they did their investigation and see what else, more stuff that came out, but does it break? Like, everything's not in the NBA policy. Like, every single little thing is not in there. So we just got to wait and see what's going to happen first. And then we'll talk about it a little more.
Hey, DY, if you was Negro Damas, where's D-Hop going to land?
Kansas City. He wants to win the championship. They got enough money to give him. The enticement is to play with a quarterback the caliber of Patrick Mahomes. He don't have to go out here and prove anything, break any records, anything like that. The only thing he got left in his career to do is to win the chip. And what better opportunity could he do it than in Kansas City?
Sly? What do you think?
I've been saying from the beginning, Kansas City. I mean, he'll be a fool not to. You're playing with the best quarterback that will ever play. Period and point blank, in my opinion. Was all said and done, he gonna overtake Tom Brady. So, hey.
Lefty.
But the word is KC. I think that's a perfect fit. I give you that, but the word is KC. He gonna have to take less than what he's looking for.
Yeah,
KC really don't have the money to pay him. They said Buffalo didn't either, so that's out the question.
But don't you think? Let me ask you a question.
Patrick Mahomes up for an extension.
Patrick Mahomes got what, $400 million?
Finna get 6 now.
You don't think he'll break off a little piece of that pie to bring in as somebody caliber of Hopkins?
Yeah.
The deal is 10 years for a reason.
Right.
So they could chop that money up, bits and pieces, so they could continue to bring.
He already up for an extension though. They already finna start talking to him. He already been.
No, they got to redo the contract. That just kicked in.
He's already. I was listening to ESPN radio. He already talking about he up for an extension. Him and the agent and the team already talking about it, bro.
But they gonna give him a 20-year deal?
No, the 10 years. This is football. This ain't basketball. That money ain't guaranteed. He must be out of guaranteed money or something.
Back to D-Hop.
Don't be surprised.
My Negro Damas is Cleveland.
I was just going to say it. The Browns will give him that contract that he wants. They got the money.
Cleveland playing a dude that like massages, 200 some million guaranteed.
Exactly.
He ain't.
And they got the bread.
No, they don't.
They got the bread.
Do you know how good Cleveland? They already got good wide receivers.
Hey, don't be surprised. That's my Negro Diamonds, and I usually don't agree with Lefty, but you know,
I mean, I'm not saying KC's not the better fit. I just think that's where he's gonna end up.
Yeah, because they're gonna pay him what he wants.
And that old combination of him and Deshaun Watson from them Houston days, it's definitely a selling point. I think
maybe they can go to the Parlors together. Who knows?
We don't think they wouldn't. Never mind.
Yeah, they were. Right.
Neither
he just was gone before it came out. Right. All right, man. This is the end of this ride, man. So we're gonna do our parting shots. DY, what you got?
Patrick Mahomes is not up for extension. They're reworking his contract because he's guaranteed a salary of $40.45 million in 2023, and the cap is $49 million, the highest over the life of the deal. So they're reworking his deal to spread that money out.
And to give him more money. You think you're gonna spread that money out without getting paid some more?
Because they're gonna make him the highest paid player, but it's only gonna be over a span of a couple of years.
They move the money around.
That's all they doing. They just moving money around,
shuffling the deck. That's all.
Shout out to everybody watching the show, man. I seen a lot of people commenting on the chats. We obviously had a lot of listeners today, man. Appreciate everybody chiming in, looking in. Again, fellas, I appreciate the opportunity to hop on with y'all, man. It's been a pleasure. And I'll see y'all when I see y'all.
Angry man.
Hey, man, look here. I'm going to be on as much as I can for the next few weeks. I mean, we getting into the castles are knocking on the door, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Once we get these Geminis out of the way, it's really time to party, baby. The castles, I got to tell y'all, the castles are coming. So, hey, I'll see y'all.
Geminis are here.
Yeah, well, your birthday is, I think, is the 10th, and
wrong.
I got to go watch the grass grow.
Wrong. You go watch the grass grow on the 10th. That's your boy RJ birthday.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Lefty, what's up?
Hey man, I can't say it no better. Hey man, my apologies for the tardiness. It was definitely a long night.
Save all that for HR tomorrow.
Yeah, but man, shout out, man. Sly hit it best. Not only cancer birthdays, man. It's the 73 babies. All us turning 50, man. The big 50, man.
Let's go, baby.
We partying like rock stars. So these next couple of shows gonna be probably for the next 2 or 3 months gonna be a little rough because we're gonna party it up, man. But hey, man, June 25th, 50-50. Me and Mr. SmokeFella up there celebrating together. Stacy's Bistro, DJ DY Nemesis on the tables, man. It's gonna be a hell of a party, man. Y'all come out and celebrate with us. So hey, keep that in mind. And tomorrow, man, if y'all not doing nothing, you get up before you go to church. After you come from church, it's the brunch up at Eduardo Lamone's, $10 brunch, and man, some amazing food. I think mimosas, Bloody Marys, all that's included. So man, come on out, man. It's definitely you get the bang for your buck. And look forward to seeing y'all, man. Summertime shop, baby. Fellas in the building. You know how we do it.
Hey, we do Sly, you might as well start promoting your sneaker ball for your birthday. Honestly, me and Lefty gonna be watching this snail documentary, but I hope you have a good time.
I'm coming on the 25th.
Sly, I'm gonna be there, bro. I'm gonna be there with
once I get DY out of the way, once once Jonah, all the SmokeFella Geminis, they gone, they out of the way. Then it's Joe, then it's Keith, then it's Damani, then it's Grip, and then we skip everybody after that. So it don't matter after matter after the 23rd. Wow. After the 23rd, we all good. We ready to go, baby. We got Danny. Let's go.
Hey, man. Hey, man. That note,
that's like
as I always say,
the SmokeFellas.
What, the retirement league? Wow.
That's it.
Wait, smoke.
There's the fellas.
There's the fellas. You disrespectful.